Okay, can you guys hear me now? Sorry about that, you guys. I don't know what happened there, but for some reason my mic was not working on my camera, and now it seems to be working again. So please press 1 if you guys can all hear me now. Great, 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 great. Thank you. Whew, scared me there for a minute, you guys. I think I should always have a second backup one. So I'm not going to touch anything, so it continues to work. Okay, great. Thank you, you guys. And thank you everybody for being here. Sorry for the technical difficulties getting this mic working. But we have some interesting things that are going on that I want to share with you. There was something filed, I guess, on Friday, but it wasn't put into the record that I could see until yesterday, late yesterday. I generally check all the records to see if anything has been added, and when the last time I checked around 5:30 p.m. my time, there had been nothing added, so it had to have been added after that. And yes, by the looks of this, I'm going to share this with you. By the looks of this, it looks like it was only filed into the record at 5 o'clock Idaho time, so that would have been 7 p.m. my time. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, Tina, Nana, Cindy, Carol, Tanya, Gina, Laura, Monica, Shannon. Good morning, everybody. I'm glad that you could make it, and I'm glad that I've got the mic working again. So at any time you guys can't hear me, please post it in chat because I can't see it now on screen unless I do something like this. And then that makes it really small for you guys to see. Maybe I'll just do it like that so I can still see if that my mic is still working. Okay, so what was filed on Friday that was only put into the record yesterday is Rob Wood. Now, we all know that Lori had gone for that psychiatric evaluation. It was kept secret from everybody. It was not put into the record that that was even happening. So that kind of explains a lot. Why things were being put off, why they vacated certain hearings that were supposed to happen, etc. But there's also something very funny going on with Chad Daybell, and we're going to get into that after I show you what Rob Wood has filed. So Rob Wood filed this. I was expecting Rob Wood to ask for another psychiatric evaluation, but apparently Idaho doesn't have that option like they do in Colorado. So he had his own expert go over the findings of the psychiatrist that's seen Lori. So Rob Wood has filed a withdrawal of contest, which means he's not going to fight it. And it states, the state of Idaho, by and through the Madison County Prosecuting Attorney's Office, acting as special prosecutor for Fremont County, hereby informs the court that the state has reviewed the 18-211 evaluation and report of the defendant, Lori Vallow Daybell, and corresponding data provided by the court-appointed examiner with the state's own expert. So the state did get, so Rob Wood did get his own expert to look over this. And he's saying, based upon the review, said review, the state withdraws its contest to the 18-211 evaluation report and does not object to the court's determination of competency on the basis of the evaluation report. The state further does not object to a medical physician's evaluation and diagnosis of the defendant, which with a corresponding treatment plan for the purpose of restoring the defendant's competence. Okay, so, and then down here it's just Rob Wood. So what he is saying is that he now agrees with the evaluation, but he's also saying that yes, he's going to, he's not going to object to the medical physician's diagnosis plan. So, or the treatment plan, sorry. So they're going to send her off to a mental facility where they are going to restore her competency. Now that can take anywhere from 30 days to 6 months. We don't know. So we're going to have to watch the record closely to see when this is going to happen. But I also seen in Lori's filings, in the court filings, that she has a hearing coming up on the 16th, speaking about her competency. So I'm going to keep an eye on that and see if that's vacated too. But they may be only giving her until the 16th to get on these meds or whatever they're going to do with her. And, you know, see if they cannot bring her back to a competent state to proceed in the charges against her. Okay, so she hasn't even been given an advisement yet on the first-degree murder and conspiracy to commit murder. She hasn't had her first advisement, and she hasn't had an arraignment. That will all be put on hold, as will her 2 other cases. So I don't know what's going on with Lori. My thoughts on it, if you guys want my thoughts on what's going on with that, I will gladly give it to you, or not. It's up to you guys. If you want to hear it, I will let you guys know right now what my thoughts on that are. And Shannon says she's prolonging the inevitable. I don't really know, Shannon, if that's the case. And if you want me to explain it, I will. Okay, so you guys want me to explain it? Okay, so what I am thinking regarding this competency hearing, I do believe that she knows that she's been charged, why she's been charged, etc. But what I think is because of all these beliefs that she has with this religion thing and whatnot, I think that she is giving her attorney direction, I'm going to say, some kind of direction along the lines of, there is a portal, we are going to be saved from this, the end of time is coming, I'm not worried about it, let's just get into court and get this done, because I'm going to get up and I'm going to explain everything to that jury and to that judge, and everybody is going to understand when I tell them what the teachings say. There's people that go dark, and this is my understanding. I think she is heavily relying on her religious beliefs and the beliefs of this following, that they are going to come and save her. She's going to be one of the 144. I do think she believes that the world is going to end. I think that she has gotten so far deep into this, it's like a cult. Okay, now don't get me wrong, I am not making excuses for her, zero whatsoever, none, nil. But I do believe that what she has come to believe in this religion, which is what Charles Vallow was trying to tell the police, is that she is so far gone in these beliefs that the court is saying, okay, whoa, back up here. If this is what she truly believes, then we got to get her out of this. We've got to reset her logical thinking. We've got to get her not thinking that all these teachings that Chad was teaching, they're not true. Okay, it's like a cult-like environment, and this is what I think she is gonna have to get out of her brain. Okay. So, do I say she is guilty? Absolutely, she is guilty. But I do think that she is being controlled by this religion in some form. Now, can they reset her mind to rational thinking when it comes to this portal thing and the 144 that are going to be saved and stuff like that? I believe they can. It's going to be a reconditioning. Her mind has been reconditioned. Okay. So even though she may not have believed in this stuff before, when you're drawn into something like this, you start taking on the thoughts and teachings of that cult. Okay, we have seen this in many, 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 many different cult situations. And I'm not going to call this a religion anymore. I'm going to call it a cult because I believe, and that's my opinion, I believe that this was a cult. I believe they reconditioned people's minds to believe that what they were scare tactics, you guys, scare tactics. And some people are weak. And I'm not saying that to disparage anybody or anything, but some people are so far gone with depression and anxieties and stuff like this that they latch on to anyone and anything that brings some kind of hope to them. And this is what I think happened with Lori. Okay. This is why I think she danced around in Hawaii and everything else, is she really believed that this cult and their way of life was the proper way. I believe she was reprogrammed. Okay. Now, does that make what she did right? No. But I believe that Lori needs to be locked up for the rest of her life. I believe that she had a part in all of this. Yes, I do. But I also believe that this cult-like following could have reconditioned her. Now we need to get that out of her, okay? We need to bring her back to reality. And it's sad in a way. It is very sad in a way because it could happen to any of us, okay? You never know what position you are going to be put in until you're in that position, especially when it comes to depressions, anxieties, and off the wall thinking already, entitlement, stuff like this. Anything that you feel, you know, when you're being told something and you're in a depressed state, okay? And I do believe that Lori was in a depressed state way back. Marriages weren't working. All these different marriages, nothing was working. She felt tied down. She wanted more for herself, but she couldn't do these things because she was tied down with these kids. How am I going to balance what I want with what I need to be doing? I can see her getting into a depressed state. Then comes along somebody like Chad that tells you, I can help you, or this cult, we can help you. Okay, and reprograms her mind. You know, normal rational thinking people would go, screw you, you're out of your mind. What are you talking about, dark and light and this and that? These are my kids and I love them. And some people aren't strong enough, guys. Okay, but do I believe she can be brought back to reality? Absolutely. Absolutely. It's going to take some time, but I absolutely believe that she can be brought back to freaking reality. Okay. Now, I'm just going to read through some of your. No, I don't believe Chad's going to get off, but we're going to speak about Chad next because there's some funky stuff going on there. And this actually goes to Chad's benefit. Okay. Now, Chad is going through with everything. He wants now a speedy trial. Okay. We're going to go over that paperwork in a minute. But what I'm going to tell you guys is this works in Chad's favor. I believe that Chad is going to say, that it was Lori and Alex at his property. But there's still that message to Tammy, okay? That he's not going to be able to explain away. I think their minds are just a-going right now. I think Chad is going to say Lori had his phone, and it was Lori and Alex at his place. But there's that text message to Tammy. Is he going to say, that wasn't me that sent that? That was Lori with my phone? We don't know what's going to happen, but I have an indication that this is what's going to be happening, you guys. Only my opinion, and I want to put it out there because Chad is coming up tomorrow, okay? And it's going to be interesting, and I'm going to show you why. Are we ready to move on to why I think that? And it looks like Chad is going to be asking to be let out on bail. And I'm going to show you why. Okay, so Debbie says, I deal with mental illness daily. My daughter has issues due to early age child inappropriate issues, and it's caused an array of mental problems. Yes. And that's what I'm trying to say. I am not letting Lori off the hook at all. But if there's contributing factors, we don't want her to have an appeal. Okay. So we need them to get this crap out of her head and bring her back to reality. But I do think, and I've said this before, I believe Chad is going to flip on Lori. Absolutely, the honeymoon is over. And yes, Cindy, I agree 100%. Like I said, just because I'm saying this, you guys, I've got a pretty fair outlook when it comes to stuff like this. And I'm not saying she even deserves fairness, but when it comes to the law, she has to be competent. She has to be in her right mind. Okay. We don't want an appeal happening. Okay. And her getting off on a technicality. So if this is what needs to be done, let's do it. Okay. So are we ready to move on so I can show you guys why I think Chad is going to apply for bail? So it's all about getting this out of her head. Okay. Like I said, you guys, this is not a religion. This is a cult. And if you know anything about cults, they can really mess up your mind as much as narcotics can. Okay. Exactly. We don't want her getting off with anything. Okay, so we're going to go to this now. There's two things that are going to be happening tomorrow. This is one, a scheduling conference. Okay, for Chad. And this is only for Chad. This 2220-0755 is a conference, scheduling conference for his first set of charges. This has nothing to do with the first-degree murder and conspiracy charges. Okay? This hearing scheduled for tomorrow at 10:30 a.m. and I find it weird because they're both scheduled for 10:30. This one in particular is stating they want a scheduling conference for Chad only. This used to be a scheduling conference on the 9th at 9 a.m. for both Chad. Lori used to be right here. And this was 9 a.m. Okay, it's now been changed to a scheduling conference only for Chad because, again, Lori's hearings and everything are all stayed, except for the one on the 16th, which is dealing with her competency. So this one here is stayed for Lori. That's why you only see Chad's up here. Okay, so that's going to start tomorrow morning. The next one for tomorrow, you can see here, is Chad's arraignment hearing. You can see up here that it is only Chad's now. The 21-16-23 is the first-degree murder and conspiracy to commit murder charges. Again, it used to have Lori up here with Chad below her, and Lori's name has now been removed. So he is still going to be arraigned tomorrow. Now, here's the thing. At the arraignment hearing, excuse me, you guys, at the arraignment, they also take up the issue regarding bail. Cindy, I'm a little worried at this point. I am a little worried. I don't think he's going to get bail, but this is going to be a fight tomorrow. I think they are going to get this one out of the way, the scheduling conference, before they move on to this one. Okay? Debbie, I don't believe that, because Lori would have had no way of getting in to murder Tammy. Okay? So, this is the one that is scaring me right now. I don't think he's going to get out, but at this arraignment, on the charges up here, as stated up here, the CR 22, 21, 16, 23 is the first-degree murder charges and the conspiracy to commit murder. Now, the reason I say that he is going to fight for bail is this. At an arraignment, the arraignment is where he enters a plea of guilty or not guilty. Issues are taken up regarding bail, okay, at an arraignment. This is not like a proof evident presumption great hearing or a prelim or anything like that. This is an arraignment. He pleads guilty or not guilty. I believe he's going to plead not guilty. And let's see how close I fall with this tomorrow, you guys. Hope you are all here to see it and see how close I was. And I can bring it to you guys live, okay? So I will be streaming it. Now, at this arraignment, I am worried because they are going to bring up the issue of bail. Why I say that is because at an arraignment, it's nothing more than usually, okay, you're being held without bail right now. So it's usually you're still held without bail and you plead guilty or not guilty. That's it. They set a date for a proof evident presumption great hearing. Okay. Now, the reason why I say he's going to fight for bail is this. Okay. John Pryor, attorney at law. This is Chad's lawyer. Okay. Has subpoenaed Nate Eaton from the East Idaho News to appear before the courts tomorrow. Okay? This is going to be interrelation because subpoena is somebody, it means you want to put them on the stand and you want to question them about certain things. Well, tomorrow he's only supposed to plead guilty or not guilty. Why would you need people subpoenaed as witnesses for that? That's an easy thing to do. You're either guilty or you're not guilty. He's going to plead not guilty and he's going to go through with a bail hearing. Okay? Nate Eaton from East Idaho News has been subpoenaed for tomorrow's hearing, and so has Heather Daybell. Now, why are these people being subpoenaed? The only reason they could be subpoenaed for an arraignment is for bail purposes. Okay? So, he is going to be applying for bail. He's going to have a hearing for it tomorrow. He is going to fight to be released. Now, what information is going to come out between Nate and Heather? Heather may be, I don't know why they would subpoena Heather if they were going to use her as his go-to for the bail. He's got to live with her. She's going to post his bail, whatever. I don't know. But why would they subpoena her unless they have somebody else that's willing to post his bail and she has other information to support him being released? But and Nate Eaton, I believe he's going to bring into question about things that Nate talked to Lori about maybe, or other people that support the fact that this had nothing to do with with Chad, but had everything to do with Lori. So I agree. But this is going to be interesting. This bail hearing, and I believe they are going to go for bail. If they can convince this judge that in some, and because Lori has been sent off now to a psychiatric hospital because she's the crazy one, if he can convince this judge that it wasn't him and that they're going to bring up evidence at the proof of evidence presumption great or whatever at the trial, whatever, that it wasn't him, if he can give this judge one iota that he is not a risk, he could get bail. Will he get bail? I don't think so, but they, and I mean, we don't know, you guys, what else they've got up their sleeve. We don't know what else John Pryor has up his sleeve. Why has Chad been smiling away and John Pryor being very short? Does it have something to do with this? Because as you can see, they were being subpoenaed for both. So this arraignment tomorrow, you guys, is going to be something. And I will be bringing it all to you live. Okay, so let me go back to the comments here. I believe Heather, please correct me in the comments if I'm wrong, but I believe Heather is his daughter. Yes, John Pryor subpoenaed these people to help the defense. Oh, okay. Whoops, sorry. Cindy says, okay, is Heather Chad's sister? Okay, Chad's sister-in-law. So that's got to be Chad's brother's wife then, because she's a Daybell. Heather Daybell. So it's got to be his brother's sister. Does he have a brother? Okay, brother's wife. Okay, and Miss CT is saying Heather isn't his sister-in-law. Okay, so, okay, let me look it up here. Let me see if I can find out, you guys. Google. Who is Heather Daybell relating to Chad Daybell? According to Idaho court records, East Idaho News, Nate Eaton received a subpoena as well as Heather Daybell, the sister-in-law of Chad Daybell. So she is a sister-in-law. That's just my sister, you guys. She has 3 MRIs and 4 X-rays to do. That's where she is right now. So that's why she is not here with us. So yes, Heather Daybell is a sister-in-law of Chad. So that's got to be, Yes, it's his brother's wife. Nana, anything is possible. Debbie says, maybe Lori and Alex did plot all this without Chad's knowledge. I'm just saying that's what they're going for his defense. That's what I believe they're going to go for. And I'm going to cover Chad's tracks with the text to his wife saying that he shot a raccoon and buried it. I think he's going to say that was Lori too, and Lori had his phone. Okay, so Deborah says, good morning, Deborah. Good morning, Willa. How long will Lori be kept? Until they restore her back to competency. And I don't believe that's going to be long. I have no knowledge of that cat. It is still in the record, and there's nothing in the record saying it's been dropped, so we'll have to wait and see tomorrow. Chad being a godly man could have been honest, but okay, so when you say a godly man, I can't agree with that, Carol, because this cult is what Chad preaches. Okay? The things that Lori believes in are things that Chad preached. I don't believe Chad is a godly man. Chad is a cult leader. Chad believes in this portal. Chad believes in the 144. Chad believes in the dark and light spirits and that they've got to be eliminated. So no, he's not a godly man. No, I don't think Lori forced Chad to marry her. Bingo. He gets out on bail and flees. Lori gets angry and decides to actually testify against him. Anything's possible, Tina. He claims to be godly to those he tries to fool. Yes, I will agree with that. He's another Barry Morphew wearing that Burger King crown, because that's about the only crown that he can wear is a Burger King one. Oh, 100%, Monica. 100%. Cindy, no, I don't think so. I think he thinks that he's got this beat. That's why he's smiling. Jessica, good morning, Jessica, and thank you for being here. A lot of the words they use, portal, etc., are of dark spiritual things. He's not a godly man. Exactly, but he portrays that he is. He has everybody believing that he is the go-to. He is above everything else. And I'm going to ask you guys, please smash that like button. Let people know that we are live and talking about this. I appreciate it. I do not monetize my channel anymore, so the likes are free, and I would appreciate it. I put a lot of time and energy into these and bringing you this, so let's show some love there. If I'm only going to get, you know, a few people watching and liking, then there's no sense in me streaming live court proceedings and stuff, right? The likes show me that you guys like what I bring you and show a little appreciation for it. So I appreciate that. Yes, you do, Tina. Thank you so much, sweetheart. And I appreciate that. Okay, so Julie says, what about the murder of Tammy? It's a refusal to have an autopsy. He lies about her having serious heart condition. Oh, exactly. Like I said, there's going to be things that he cannot get out of. So you're right on point there, Julie. Thank you for bringing that up. Very well said. Thank you. Thank you. He's going to try, but he's not going to. He's not gonna get off on this. But if he brings up enough reasonable doubt to the judge that he is a flight risk or that he is a threat to anybody, They could give him bail. I don't see it happening, but John Pryor is going to fight for it, and I'm anxious to see what comes out tomorrow. Morning, Willow. Good morning, Janet. Don't forget the king and queen of the 144,000 translated beings that aren't going nowhere. That's right. That's why I said their crowns. Their crowns are Burger King crowns. That's about what they're worth. You know those, when you go to Burger King, you can get those cardboard crowns. That's why I call them the Burger King king and queen, because that's about all they're king and queen of. Thank you to everybody who's given a thumbs up. Thank you, and I appreciate it. You're very welcome, Justice Seeker. It's just my thoughts. I like putting my thoughts out there before the court sessions actually happen to see how close I've called things, right? Oh, Nana, I love you guys too. Like, you guys are the best. And if anybody is asking about my sister Des, why she's not here, she is in the middle of getting MRIs and ultrasounds and x-rays and whatnot going on today. She had I think an hour and a half drive to get to all these appointments. So I do not want her being on here while she's driving. And right now she's sitting waiting for her MRIs. So she can't have her phone on in there. Exactly. Chad should have spoken the truth in the beginning. If he's innocent, he's not innocent. But I don't know what they're going to try and pull. John Pryor has been really shady lately. And also with that, he's been very anxious to get out of the court proceedings, the court hearings. Can I leave now? Can I leave now? He never did that in the past. Okay. And if you notice, little monkey that follows John Pryor, Mark Means, in the last court hearing, John Pryor says, okay, can I be excused, Your Honor? And then little monkey following big monkey turns around and says, can I be excused, please? So it's just weird. Oh, thank you, Carol. Yes, and there is only one king. And no matter what religion you are, I think everybody believes that there is a God and something greater than us. And Chad seems to think he's above all of that. Don't forget, he is this cult leader. He is partially to blame for Lori's, well, he's fully to blame for Lori's thinking. Yes, it all makes sense. Thank you, Kat H, for that. Lori will have a stark awakening when brought back to reality and realizes she murdered her children savagely, or had them murdered, right? So, I mean, I think there hasn't been a preliminary hearing yet, Jessica, on either. One has foregone the preliminary, which was Lori, wanted to go straight to trial. Chad, I do believe there's going to be a proof evident presumption great hearing coming for the first degree and conspiracy to commit murder charges. And I believe Lori's going to want that hearing too. So it's kind of confusing because Lori's got 3 cases on the go. Chad's got 2. So, and I'm actually, with this scheduling hearing, I don't know if John Pryor is going to try and lump both of Chad's cases together. I mean, it would probably be the right thing to do. Jessica, that was back for Lori's first, the other charges. That wasn't for these charges. The proof evident presumption great hearing that was held was when she was first arrested and didn't produce the kids. Don't forget, she's got 3 court cases going on. 3. So the second one, she forewent the preliminary hearing, and this one, for the when they found the bodies on Chad's property, that's the one that she skipped her prelim and wanted to go right to trial. And for the first degree murder and conspiracy to commit murder, she hasn't even had her advisement yet or arraignment. So that one hasn't even been decided yet. But the prelim that she had was on her first set of charges with not producing the kids. Okay, so that was for Chad only, I believe. That was for Chad's hearing, not Lori's. And I believe that was when they produced the evidence to show cause. It was a show cause kind of like hearing to show why they are holding him. And that was for his first set of charges. So nothing has been done yet for the first degree murder and conspiracy. Yes, Jessica, you're right. So yes, that was when they were showing cause as to why Chad had to be held on the charges when he was first charged when they found the bodies on his property. That's what that hearing was to do with. Yes, there's a lot of discrepancy in both of their stories, right? Chris not Chuck Norris, doofus. Oh. Debbie says Chad will get bail. It'll be high, but he will get bail. I don't know. He may not. I'm tending to believe that he won't, because now he's got two sets of charges, right? They were found on his property and the first degree murder charges and conspiracy. So I don't think he's going to get bail. I'm praying he doesn't, but they're bringing in these witnesses for a reason. And to me, there's nothing else in the arraignment that he's going for or the scheduling conference that would suggest those people have been subpoenaed for anything other than a bail hearing. Once Lori was charged, I don't think those charges have been laid yet. They have gone to the prosecutor's office. I haven't heard anything about them actually being filed yet. I know the police wrote up the charges regarding Charles, and they've sent it to the prosecutor's office. Now, I don't know if the prosecution has actually laid those charges yet. I believe they are still going over them. Would they really let a serial killer out on bail? He hasn't been found guilty yet. So right now, we can't say he's a serial killer. We can say it if we want to, but the courts can't put that label on him yet because he hasn't been found guilty of anything yet. And this is why I'm saying, will they take the chance of letting him out on bail? I don't think so. And if they did, and I'm saying this is a big if, the bail will be so high, he won't be able to post it. Number one. And then say they do post it. He'll probably have an ankle monitor and have to live with somebody, won't be allowed out of the residence. I don't know. I just can't see them giving him bail, but crazier things have happened in this case, right? Debbie, he can't get out of this because Lori and Alex had no way of poisoning his wife, right? Don't forget, we haven't seen Tammy's autopsy report yet. It's been held in secret. So there are factors there that he can't escape. Yes. Good point too, Chris. They also took it off to Hawaii. Yes, she was told to produce her kids. They took off to Hawaii. Chad was aware that she was supposed to produce her kids. He took off with her, aided and abetted her taking off. So Debbie seems to think that he's going to get bail. We'll have to wait and see, Deb. We got a good, healthy bet going on here because I'm saying I don't think he will. Yes, so I will be streaming it live tomorrow for you guys. You got the court from the courtroom. Good morning, Rosie. I think she does know, but I think that she is using these religious beliefs to look crazy. She's going to say that she's following this cult. I call it a cult. She calls it religious. I believe she's going to use these cult followings to say that with the kids being taken out was to save their souls and stuff. I don't want to get into all this cult stuff, but she is going to use the brainwashing that she's received and what's been instilled in her mind regarding this cult following and what they follow and the book that they follow. She's going to use that absolutely to her advantage. Carol, from everything I'm seeing, it's saying 10:30 Idaho time. So I believe that is going to be it's going to be 12:30 my time, but I'm going to jump on early so I can make sure everything is up and working. So I will be on probably about 12:15. It's supposed to start at 10:30 a.m. Idaho time. So that's 12:30 in the afternoon my time. So I will jump on probably between noon and 12:15, just to make sure I've got everything set up and you guys can hear me and whatnot. I do have it up already. So you guys, if you go to that on my list of videos, you will see that there is one already set up. It is, you can set a reminder. You can click on set reminder and you will get a notification when I go live. Rosie says, sorry, I'm late. I just woke up. Well, good morning. You're very welcome, Carol. Yes, she believes that she was saving them. Exactly, Debbie. That's going to be what her justification is with going along with all of this. But I think she's going to try and pin it on Chad and Alex, and Chad is going to try and pin it on Alex and Lori. So, and I mean, don't forget, you guys, they wanted the trials separated. We are seeing now why they wanted that separated. Right? The trials were initially separated at the beginning. They brought them together in a joinder hearing. The court ordered them to be joined, and now John Pryor filed a motion to separate them again. to dismiss all charges and to for change of venue. If I'm remembering correctly, you guys know yes, that's what it is. I'm just looking up my other things here. Yes, John Pryor had filed a motion once these charges were filed against Lori and Chad for the first-degree murder and conspiracy to commit murder, etc. John Pryor filed a motion to separate the trials again, dismiss all the charges, and change of venue. So now they don't have to have that motions hearing, because, or unless John Pryor is going to ask again for all charges against Chad to be dismissed and call a motions hearing on it and bring forth all of Lori's psychological problems right now to try and get Chad out and off. Okay? Like I said, remember I said this is a circus, you guys. There's a lot of moving monkeys. So we're going to have to see what happens tomorrow in court. There's going to be 2 hearings. They're both scheduled for the same time. There's an arraignment happening, and there's a scheduling conference happening. The scheduling conference that is happening is for his initial charges when the bodies were found on his property, and then the arraignment is on the first-degree murder and conspiracy to commit murder. So let's see if they end up joining all of Chad's cases together tomorrow. They may just do that. We'll have to wait and see, but this is going to be interesting tomorrow. So I hope that you guys all join me tomorrow for this hearing. I will be going live between noon and 12:15 to bring you the live court appearance of Chad. Now, as far as I know, Lori is still going to be appearing on June 16th. I will also be covering that. So, for now, I will let you guys go. I want to thank you all for being here. I will see you all tomorrow at about noon to 12:15. And we are going to be going live right from the courthouse. Well, I won't be at the courthouse, but I will be streaming the court appearances and hearings for Chad Daybell tomorrow. And like I said, I will be starting that between 12 and 12:15 p.m. Eastern time. Okay? Rosie, the arrest affidavit. Sorry, you guys, my allergies are. Is that what you're talking about, Rosie? Or are you talking about the one with Barry Morphew? I believe that the media is going to fight that. Please, you guys, if you haven't, go to my YouTube channel under the community tab. I have listed there the link to sign the petition that we've started to get that release, to release that arrest affidavit. Now, I do believe the media is going to be appealing the judge's decision, and our petition may help back them up. So let's get everybody over there. Please share it out where you can. Let's get over there, and everybody please sign that petition to have Barry Morphew's arrest affidavit released. Okay? Please read the description below it, because it gives a lot of commentary there as to why it should be released. And this is, you know, I don't live in the US, but this is your guys' rights, constitutional rights, okay? Full transparency, without that in the justice system, that is the basis of our your justice system, is full transparency, okay? And the freedom of information, okay? Which is being withheld from you guys. So please get over there, share it out where you can, sign it. I guess a lot of people are saying, I don't want to give a donation to be able to sign this. You don't have to give a donation to sign it, you guys. You can just skip the donation part. I don't even know where that donation would go, but so please don't donate nothing to the cause. Just sign it, please, please, please. Okay, so with that being said, it is on my community tab on my YouTube channel. Please go over there, sign it, and share it out on all your social media. I would appreciate that, and so would everybody in the US. Please, that's your fundamental right, you guys. That's the basis of the Constitution, especially with the judicial system. It's got to be transparent, and freedom of information is, you know, your fundamental right. It's the key to the base of democracy, and it's being taken away by this judge. So go on over there, please sign it, and please share it out everywhere. Let's get thousands, not just hundreds, thousands of signatures on that, and help back the media in their fight to have this released. Okay, so until tomorrow, you guys, enjoy the rest of your day. Take care of yourselves. Please stay safe. I will see you tomorrow between 12 and 12:50 p.m. Eastern. Bye-bye for now.